Peace be upon you, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. I hope this message finds you in good health and high spirits. Do you ever feel like something isn't quite right? Like there's a void that rituals alone can't fill? Like we've forgotten the real meaning of our faith and only focus on rituals? We go through the motions but miss the essence. We keep making mistakes and then rushing to the mosque or making a quick pilgrimage to Mecca, thinking we can just hit the reset button. But is that really enough? But what if I told you it doesn't work that way? What if true repentance requires more than just physical acts? The Quran tells us clearly, woe to those who pray but don't really mean it. Those who just want to show off their religion. It's a powerful reminder. It's time to get back to the true meaning of Islam. To live our faith with sincerity, compassion, and a genuine connection to Allah. Let's be honest, we've all heard it. That sermon where the Imam says, just one pilgrimage can erase all your past sins. Or that family friend who tells you, don't worry about that little lie, just pray a little extra and you're all good. It's like we've turned our mosques into spiritual car washes, and our prayers into get-out-of-jail-free cards. The Quran is very clear about this. It says, woe to those who pray but don't really mean it, those who just want to show off their religion and refuse to help others. Turning our faith into a system of rituals makes it less meaningful. Worship should be about genuine connection with the divine, not just a checklist of actions to erase our wrongdoings. When we treat worship as a mere transaction, we lose the essence of what it truly means to be faithful. The rituals are important, but they should be a reflection of our inner devotion and commitment to living a righteous life. Let's strive to make our prayers and acts of worship more meaningful, focusing on sincerity and genuine faith rather than just going through the motions. By doing so, we can ensure that our faith remains a powerful force for good in our lives and in the world around us. So if just going through the motions isn't enough, what is? The Quran tells us that God only forgives those who make mistakes without knowing better, and then quickly turn away from those mistakes. Truly saying sorry means admitting our mistakes and working hard to change. It's about making things right and trying to be better people. And this is where, with all due respect, some of our scholars need to do better. They must understand the weight of their words and the impact they have on the faithful. We can't keep saying that rituals magically erase sins. It's misleading and creates a false sense of security among believers. When we tell someone that just going to Mecca will wipe their slate clean, we're basically saying it's okay to sin, as long as they can afford the trip. This notion is dangerous and undermines the true essence of repentance. The Quran is very clear. They think that their wealth and their children will protect them. But this is a grave misunderstanding of our faith. They don't realize a painful punishment is waiting for them. This warning should not be taken lightly. What we do matters, and what we intend matters. Our actions and intentions are what define us in the eyes of the Almighty. Look, I know it's not easy being a scholar. People come to you for comfort and guidance. But sometimes the kindest thing you can do is tell people the truth, even if it's difficult to hear. Our job is to remind people that Islam isn't about blindly following rituals. It's about striving for justice, honesty, and kindness in everything we do. We need to warn people about the dangers of pretending to be good and the false promise of easy forgiveness. So my dear brothers and sisters, let's start asking the hard questions. Let's hold ourselves and our leaders responsible. Let's stop reducing Islam to a checklist and start living it fully. True Islam isn't about checking off boxes. It's about changing our hearts, our minds, and our actions. Let's go back to the Quran and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, to the true message of our faith. May God reward you.